No! It's okay. It's okay. It's just me. Well, now that I'm off of the Percocets and then I'm not tired all the time, I'm in the perfect mood to make a video. And I decided what better way to kick off October than with a list of the best scary movies, at least according to me. A little backstory here. When I was a kid, I used to hate scary movies. I didn't like it. I used to run out of the room all the time. My dad loved them. So, and his favorite was Tales from the Crypt. He would used to love to watch that. So he and my brothers would always watch, but as soon as I saw the dark sky and the lightning and that haunted house, whatever, I immediately ran out of the room. The song terrified me, like, just, it's bad. But then I grew up a little bit, and my balls dropped, and now I fucking love scary movies. I love to be scared, I love to get caught up in the moment, and I just love the terror and suspense. So, here is my top 10 list of the best scary movies, and hopefully you guys agree. Kicking it off with Freddy Krueger himself, with A Nightmare on Elm Street. At least the first one. The other 23 were not that great, but that first one made you absolutely fucking terrified to go to sleep at night. Admit it. And as if his razor fingers weren't enough, and the burnt skin, and just the overall creepy experience that was Freddy Krueger, those little bitches jump roping to that song. 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. I didn't go near a jump rope for like a month after that. Like, I was not having it. Number 9 is The Ring. Wasn't really a gory, scary movie. It wasn't terrifying by any means, but it was really psychological, and it really, really fucked with your head. Tell me that every time the phone rang after you saw that movie, you didn't get paranoid. Tell me, I dare you. You can't, because it gets into your mind, and it plays those tricks on you like a good scary movie should. And I don't know one girl that didn't dye her hair black and put it all down in front of her face and pretend to be Samara coming out of the TV. Admit it, you tried it. Number 8 is probably the reason I'm probably never going to go to Colorado, and that's The Shining. I'm sorry, being in some giant hotel in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of winter, with all the snow, with no one but my wife and son. Not that I'll ever have a wife, but you know what I mean. I'll go insane, and I'll go knife you and kill you, and that'll be the end of it. And I'm sorry, but Jack Nicholson and all of his crazed glory, in that little piece of the door that he beat through, here's Johnny. I'm sorry, that freaked the hell out of me. But good work, Jack Nicholson. You play crazy very well. Ironically enough, number 7 is the movie Seven. This one's a little bit lesser known, I think, but it's Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman, and they track down this killer who kills based on the 7 deadly sins. And it's another one that's really psychological. It messes with your head a little bit, and I love the premise of it. It was very well written. But my favorite part, not to give a spoiler alert, but my favorite part is when he finds Gwyneth Paltrow's head in a box. Number 6, I'm taking it real old school with this one. Well, not real old school, but The Exorcist. That little girl with the crazy skin and the devil tongue and the demonic chants and that crab walk and tilting her head around and the vomit and oh my god, just absolutely terrifying. And quite honestly, what turned me off of Girls for Good. Number 5 is a more recent scary movie, but this one freaked me out so badly. First of all, because it is just kind of the way they executed is terrifying, but it also could really happen, and that is The Strangers. I mean, it chills thinking about it. the couple goes to the house, and they think they're in for this night of just quiet, and they've actually just broken up, and then this little bitch just starts pounding on the door and getting crazy, and I'm sorry, but the most terrifying part of that movie, other than the creepy folk music playing on the vinyl, is where Liv Tyler is standing in the kind of kitchen area there, just standing there smoking a cigarette, and you see in the background that guy just kind of tiptoeing in and standing and staring at her, and it's silent, and that shit is fucking scary. Woo. And I will never forget the end of that movie. Why are you doing this to us? Because you were home. Number 4 is another one that is so terrifying because it is all things that could very well possibly happen, and that's Final Destination. The first one. The other 5, I think, just got carried away. But that first one, it took things that just really couldn't happen. Like these freak accidents. I'm not saying that death is after us or anything like that, but I'm just saying, be careful. Number 3, it actually fooled me because I totally believed that it was completely real until the next day when I went online and realized that it was not real. Paranormal Activity. That movie messed with me so badly. I'm a grown adult. I go to this movie theater. I'm screaming as loud as everybody else in the theater. It got me so bad. The worst part is the end of the movie where she throws the guy into the camera and on the wall and everything, and she comes like creeping up. No, can't do it. I couldn't sleep that night. I was living with the guy at the time, and we're in bed, and across our apartment we hear sounds coming from the other bedroom, or at least I did, and there was no consoling me that night. I stayed up all night, and then I researched it and realized that it's fake, and then I slept for like 2 days. Number 2, I love so much, and I love every movie in the franchise, and they're so extremely well written, even though I think one person is bound to comment on here that they're not, but I love Scream and all of the Scream movies. I think that Wes Craven is a genius. I think that he's got like just the best eye for horror, and the Scream movies are so like just intense and scary, while at the same time providing so much humor and parody to these scary movies, and they're always star-studded and have a great cast, and they're so good. But forever known now is that guy's voice. What's your favorite scary movie? Like, it's terrifying, and I love it, and actually now I really want to watch it. Alright, have you guessed what my number 1 is? Anyone? Drum roll. It's Halloween. And it's the 1978 John Carpenter version and not the 2007 Rob Zombie abortion. Halloween, I think, really put horror on the map. Halloween was one of those first movies that not only put you in the killer's point of view and let you see things from that perspective, but it also scared the hell out of you while showing almost no bloodshed. It was all suspense and terror, and that is what scary movies are all about. Not tits and ass and gore, Rob Zombie. Michael Myers is forever iconic because of just, his stature and that face and the mask, and it's classic. Jamie Lee Curtis will forever be the Scream Queen, and John Carpenter will always be horror royalty and absolute genius because of that movie. In closing, I would like to give some honorable mention to some horror movies that tried to be scary, but ended up kind of just being funny. Starting with Carrie. I'm sorry, it's a great scary movie, but I'm not scared by it. a crazy mother and a bad prom, and one hilarious scene in the shower. Come on. Getting your first period in a gym class shower? You can't beat that. Friday the 13th, I'm sorry, once again, never really scared me, but it is a franchise of movies that I will watch when I just want to see somebody get just slaughtered and butchered. I think it's funny. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it's one of those I never really got. Like, it's cool and it's kind of scary, but in the original movie, at least, when Leatherface is coming through there and he gets his own leg with the chainsaw, come on. And you see his that's hysterical. Psycho, both renditions, I didn't feel were all that scary. They're just kind of weird. Like, because the whole premise that I don't get about the entire movie is why this woman stops at this motel when you were the only one staying there. That's gotta be a sign. No wonder you're dead, dumbass. And the last one in the honorable mention category is Child's Play. I'm sorry, once again, I think they're just hysterical that people are getting freaked out and terrified over a doll. And the doll's not even that big. He's, what, 2 feet? Maybe 2.5 feet? And he's holding a knife. Kick him! You are a grown-ass adult. Bam! Bye-bye, Chucky. So there you have it, guys and ghouls. The top 10 scary movies of mine with a little bit of honorable mention thrown in. I hope you enjoyed them. Comment, let me know what your scary movies are. Let me know if you agree, disagree, if I've left anything out. And to the gays that will watch this, I don't want to see any of you put Showgirls. Because while it is a little horrifying to see Elizabeth Berkley full frontal, I don't think it's classified as a horror movie. I actually quite enjoy the movie. So, yeah, don't comment with that, because you're the only one that'll find it funny. I would like to take this time to give a special shout out to Mr. Caleb Wintrow. Alicia, his wife, and I work together, and she informs me that she and Caleb watch my videos together all the time, and they love them, and that Caleb has been asking about me and my hand, and I appreciate it, Caleb. And he calls me B-Rye, which I think is awesome. So I joke with Alicia that he and I have a little bit of a bromance going, even though he's apparently unaware. But as a fellow scary movie lover, apparently, you get a shout out in this video. That being said, you guys know the routine. I made a new little sign. The domain is the same: Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. Hit me up, we'll have some fun, and I need something to cure some boredom, because I am bored to tears. This got thrown out a couple of videos ago, but I think it'd be really fun to do a roundtable with me and several other people. Any kinds of topics. I think it'd be a lot of fun. So if there are any people interested, by all means, hit me up, because we could have a lot of fun with that. So, I'm going to go now, and I'm going to make some snacks for tonight. I'm watching the Donatella Versace movie. I'm all kinds of excited. So, enjoy the list, and all October long, please watch as many scary movies as possible and scream extra for me.